Well, the next two really don't need any introduction. So, Jon and Jay, whenever you're ready. As everybody knows, Jon is actually the skipper of this whole damn operation. So, whatever goes wrong here, that's who we blame. When it goes right, we take the credit, and Jay gets a little bit of the credit too. So, no, those are the guys that make it work. So, Jon and Jay.
So we're Jon and Jay. We're interchangeable. I'm starting to learn how to answer questions that are directed to him, especially when they're complimentary. I just say thank you. So we both write stuff for this thing. You know, usually it's kind of become a tradition that we roll out a new one, and we each have one of those. And I'm going to play a half a dozen harps here, one at a time. So this is a true story. Try this out. It's called Big Water. Big water make you humble. It'll cut you down to size. Big water tried to take my life. Thank the stars I did survive. First time I saw big water, 300 miles from shore. It was breezing up something wicked as we ran before the storm. The seas, they looked like mountains. We were scared, you can say that for sure. Wind was screaming in the rigging like a banshee on the moor. The ocean had us in her grip, then she let her slip away. Was it Providence or just a twist of fate to live another day? Big water will make you humble. It'll cut you down to size. Big water tried to take my life. Thank the stars I did survive. Well, I rode the cove in mid-December. The sky was buckshot gray. The rights were smoking, I can still remember. They were rolling like a southbound freight. Well, it took me right down to the bottom. My board came after me. 6 ribs shattered and broken as I glimpsed eternity. The doctor called for morphine, 2 vials into my veins. Thank you, Sister Morphine. Don't care to go that way again. Big water, make you humble. It'll cut you down to size. Big water tried to take my life. Thank the stars I did survive. Thank the stars I did survive. Thank you.
I fish Bristol Bay with my family, my boys, and they're pals. We got a great crew. We spend a lot of time in skiffs. We fish out of skiffs, nothing like you'd ever see on television. And a lot of shallow water, kind of like fishing out here in Young's Bay times, I don't know how much, some factor of a big number. Anyway, there's a lot of sandbars out there, and they have their own kind of problem, mud bars. So there's a little song about stuff that's happened to everybody. It's one of those songs where we try to challenge Jay and see if he can wrap a couple of harmonicas around it. Yeah. We'll find out shortly. She's getting lined up.
Here we go.
Sounds good. The bay was flat, the night was noir. They were doing about 30 when they hit the bar. Now they're waiting for the tide to change. Is she rising yet? Pete asked Bill. Well, he just looked, it's ebbing still, and they're waiting for the tide to change. Somewhere fish are going by. Somewhere nets are going dry. So they sit on the mud while the sun and the moon drag the water away, but it'll be back soon. Meanwhile, they're waiting for the tide to change. You can push, you can pull for all you're worth, but that's why they call the planet Earth. Sometimes you gotta wait for the tide to change. You can drain the bilge, you can sit and think, you can curse your luck, but you're not gonna sink while you're waiting for the tide to change. Somewhere, though you're still harder ground, out there somewhere the tide is turning round. Well, they could have lost sleep about the fish they missed. They could have got angry, they could have been pissed. They were waiting for the tide to change. They could have taken a walk, but the mud was too deep, so they hunkered down and they caught some sleep while they was waiting for the tide to change. Oh, that's good. Thank you. Okay, I know what we're doing next.
Lost our set list along the way here.
Pardon me? Well, I try to see if I can write a progression that Jay cannot play harmonica to. It's kind of like stump the harmonica player. And really, it's just not really possible. He's got 48 harmonicas in his kit. And I thought a harmonica was a harmonica until I became friends with Jay. And each, there are 12 keys, and he can tell you more, but there are about 4 scales in each key. And one way or the other, he manages to find the one. Well, he knows which one to play. Finding it sometimes is another matter.
Yeah, finding it's the fun. But we're going to keep it simple. So this song I want to dedicate to my great-grandfather, Anson Holmes. He was born in 1855, died in 1929. So I missed him by 20 years, but he was a fisherman. And he married a ship captain's daughter, so I have that in my blood. This is called Like a Quarried Stone. Standing down by the harbor side in this old New England fishing town, at the peak of a new moon tide, watching the sun go down. 14 lobster boats tugging at their mooring chains, each one tethered to a quarried stone on the coast of Maine. Our elders taught us what they knew, the hope of a generation, steered us toward the tried and true, while the times they were changing. Daddy said you got to find something to believe on, something that'll hold you fast like a quarried stone. Sometimes it seems the years go by like the phone poles on the highway. Sometimes it seems the more you try, the more they slip away. We're all searching for something we can hold on to like a quarried stone. When I was just a kid, Mama sat me on her knee, told me stories, yes she did, how her grandfather went to sea. At the age of 17, set out on his own, joined his uncle's cod fishing crew aboard the schooner Annie Holmes. His elders taught him what they knew, the hope of a generation, steered him toward the tried and true, while the times they were changing. And when his days were done and the spirit left his bones, they laid him down by the harbor side beneath a quarried stone. We're all searching for something we can hold on to like a quarried stone. We're all searching for something we can hold on to like a quarried stone. Thank you.
That's good. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We're very flattered.
My name is Raymond Chorneau.
Okay. Is this your first time here?
Not my first time, no, but first time coming to the Fisher Folk Poets, you know. Enjoyed it last night. I had a friend who was reading, Duncan Barry. He's from, I mean, he lived here and fished here and now lives a little further south down the Salmon River. But he came to read, and so I was compelled to come and join, and so it was a pleasure. Yeah.
Any surprises?
A lot of people my age who have fought the good fight and lived to tell about it, you know. So it's always a pleasure to look into those faces and see the truth, you know. So it's an authentic gathering, you know. So,
Authentic?
authentic, yeah. The characters. So I'm as much taken by the faces as by the poems themselves, you know. So, but I'm glad that they're still doing it. So, anyway.
Where are you from?
Well, I live in Portland now, yeah. But I come from the East Coast, so.
I have a feeling you have quite a story.
I do, but we don't have time.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.